got a flasher. We've got a flasher.
What was all that jumping?
Good morning. The uncharacteristic cold snap is still in effect this morning, although it's gonna high today is 77, so I think it's probably ending. So good day to be back on the bike. Didn't get to ride yesterday because I had to transport Connor, but today I'm ready to go in my very lovely, clashy. Oh, didn't think about that. Oh well. There's no room for fashion in cycling. Disadvantage to riding my bike to work is I've always got to move my stuff back and forth between my panniers. Kind of been thinking about backpack.
Backpack.
That's right, backpack. Kind of been thinking about trying to find a solution like a backpack, waterproof backpack, and then like a little basket that I can just drop my backpack in when I'm using my bike. Yes. Okay. Back on the bike, headed to the office. Beautiful blue sunny day, 60 degrees. Really couldn't ask for better. Alright, home from a sweaty ride, in which I almost died. Seems to be a recurring theme. It's like once a quarter-ish, someone tries to kill me. Fortunately, I didn't actually get hit this time. It was just someone trying to T-bone me as they tried to beat traffic. Home safe, at least, so guess put that one down in the win column. I was trying to scarf down some leftovers from last night. Before Dorothy takes off. She's got a meet and greet with someone this evening to talk about a job, and Connor decided that all of the good things in my leftover salad were what he wanted. So he got all of the chicken and most of the avocado and egg and left me all of the lettuce and onion. Okay, I hope he's still there. Yep. So I lost Connor for a brief minute, and when I went to find him in the house, this is where I found him, sitting in his chair reading his book. It's about his bedtime, so it's about the time of the night when we sit in our chair and read our book and drink a bottle. Yeah, are you tired? Yeah, tired. Alright, it's warming up. See, it's right there. It's warming up. It's almost ready. I'm sorry it's so dark in here, but I wanted to share with you guys our nighttime ritual. Every night for bed, after he's had his bath, gotten in his jammies, I warm him up a bottle. We come into his bedroom and he sits in my lap while I read him a book. Well, you can't really see that, but that's a book. Usually he picks out 2 or 3 books and we read them. And then I tell him a little poem and I lay him down to go night-night with his loveys, his little stuffed animals. So, earlier this afternoon I mentioned that I nearly got hit, and kind of in the heat of the moment I just was thankful that I hadn't gotten hit and hurt or worse. But I wanted to take a minute to talk about riding your bike in Austin, but it's true in any city, because it's surprisingly dangerous. I put on commuting roughly 75 miles a week, and I have a that could have gone badly moment maybe once a week, once every other week, and a that could have killed me moment about once every 2 or 3 months. So, do the math, whatever that is, 300 miles a month, every, 750 miles, 900 miles, something like that, I have a I nearly died moment. I feel like if my experience is indicative of the norm, then that's a pretty serious problem. And as a large proponent of cycling to help the environment and personal health and traffic and all of these benefits that it provides, I feel like there's more that we could be doing to protect cyclists. In this particular scenario, basically what happened... Alright, so traffic in this lane, headed northbound. Traffic moving, but fairly stop and go. In this lane, going southbound. Dylan over here on the sidewalk, which is in this case, appropriate place for a cyclist. I was coming up to an intersection, so there's a road here that's got a bunch of trees, and it's very blind looking back to the left here. So in order to not get hit by someone going this way waiting to pull out into traffic, I have to keep my eyes left. But I try to keep my looking right periodically to look for traffic over here that might be waiting to turn left across traffic. So here I come, I'm rolling along on my bike. I'm watching a car that's approaching over here. So this is where my focus is, because I don't want to get hit by this car. And as I approach this intersection, I hear squealing tires. And I look right to see a car barreling down on me, right here. But I also see a second car right here who is also turning left. Now, I believe that this car was in the right. I think they were in front, they had the right of way, they were waiting for a clear break in traffic to make a left-hand turn. I think the car behind them was being a jackhole and saw the break in traffic also and tried to match with them, so the two cars were going like this, hoping that they could beat them through the intersection and pull out and get onto this road over here. So, car going this way, two cars coming this way, me coming along here on my bike. How I didn't get hit, I don't know. I heard the squealing tires, looked left right as this car was rolling into the intersection with me, hit my brakes, stopped just short of clipping the side of their car as they zoomed by me. This person stopped, the person that was just up here coming in, stopped, looked freaked out. I kind of waved at them and they kind of waved at me, and this car over here also fortunately stopped, because at this point, like, that car was far enough back that I could have rolled through this intersection just fine without interacting with that car. But now I've stopped and this car is incoming, so that car could have hit me. Needless to say, the whole event was somewhat traumatic and all too common in my commuting experience. This one was more extreme and involved a bigger asshole than typical. Typically it's just people that aren't paying attention or, roll a stop sign, pull out into traffic without checking their blind spot, those sorts of things. Those are the typical things. Those are the things that when I'm being very defensive and paying attention, I can avoid. Somebody just deciding to rip across traffic, it's unfortunately not something that I can be defensive against. In this case, I'm aware that intersection is a dangerous intersection, and I saw that there was a car coming, so I was moving with more care than I might normally, which might have been what protected me, but at the same time, if I had read the situation slightly differently and decided to try and speed up to avoid the car that was coming from my left, give me more buffer with that car, I might have been right in the intersection when this jackass ripped through there. So if anyone watches this that drives and has ever been in any sort of road rage situation or frustrated at a cyclist, just keep in mind, you know, they're somebody's son, daughter, father, mother, brother, sister, and you're in 2 tons of steel, and they're being protected by a half-inch of foam in a helmet. So keep that in mind. They're a lot more vulnerable than you are. If they slow you down for 30 seconds or a minute in your day-to-day life, it's not gonna be the end of the world, and certainly better than killing somebody. So keep your eyes open, keep your eyes on the road, pay attention to cyclists, try not to kill anybody.